Battle stations. Battle stations. Man is spotted, bearing 335, hot.
Welcome, Carrier Commanders. You're joining us today on our first official head-to-head match, and today we have two competitors. Say hello, guys.
Hello, guys.
And maybe Roland can explain a little bit more about the competition.
Okay, so guys, you will each have a station. Point, you will have the odd numbers. So all the vehicles that are loaded here are with odd numbers are yours. Thumble, you have the even numbers. All the vehicles that are loaded with even numbers are yours. None of them have any ordnance or virus spots on them. So you have to configure these units as you wish. When you've configured them, over this side there's two operator stations that you'll be using, and the name of the game is to capture the island as quickly as possible. If we go to the map, you will see there are two identical islands. Elwood is going to be the island that Thumble goes for at the north. Point, you'll be going for Burn to the south. Now you'll notice there's another two petrels loaded up. Ignore those. Those are going to be our roving reporters' eyes in the sky, so we can watch the fun from up there. Now we're going to be doing. There is only one lift, and obviously you both want to use it at the same time. So in order to sort that out, we are going to do a Le Mans start. Do you know what a Le Mans start is, guys?
I have to get in my car and drive it for 24 hours before I'm allowed to do it.
Close. Le Mans start in this.
Run across the lanes and don't get hit by other cars that are trying to start the race.
That sounds like Frogger or Crossy Road.
Yeah. So it's basically a why did the chicken cross the road. If you follow me in the lift, you are going to start on the hangar deck.
I'll hold the lift for you this time. Point on the way down. On the way up.
Is everywhere for you. Is everywhere right? So we're going to go down to deck one, the hangar deck. And you'll both start on the line when bread roll hits. We'll give you a countdown: 3, 2, 1, go, and we'll hit the ship's klaxon. When the klaxon cracks off, then you will start running up to your station. Now remember, Point, you've got the left station and the odd units. Thumble, you've got the right station and the even units. Watch out for that petrol, jet blast, and all that. Okay.
Before we begin, I'm assuming the return to bridge button is off limits for this race.
It might actually be slower, but yes. It's a good question. Yes, that's off. And we will keep the lights on. Nobody's going to turn the lights off halfway through this. So
I just need to wait until the second camera petrels come out the lift.
Who just called the elevator up to the top?
I thought you were supposed to be at your starting line. Why are you looking at the elevator?
There's a door, Kazik, and a corridor.
We can see the elevator from here.
I'm going to go to the button.
Clearly, you didn't put the starting line in the right spot.
I pressed the button.
Okay, so let's have a little recap. Let's say, okay, so we have the two islands. We have Elwood and Burn, and we have our two players. We've got Thumble and Point. And which one of you is the even number units? Can you remember?
Thumble.
So, Thumble is the even number units, and which island are you going to take?
I just go right at each opportunity.
If you do that, you won't take any islands because they're all on the. Well, okay. So
I take the right-hand control station, right-hand logistics station, and I go right from the carriage. That is north? Question mark.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds alright.
Okay, so yes. Okay, I've
If I'm
put
going the same
two
way as
markers on the
Point's
map.
petrol, I'll go the other way.
I've put 2 markers on the map. So just marker whiskey is Thumble. You can probably remember that. And marker X-ray is Point. And then near the islands, just to so that I don't forget as well. So, okay, I think we're about ready to start. The camera ships are on the way.
Right, I can confirm the competitors are on the line, and Point has taken an early advantage. Oh no, Thumble's taken an early advantage. He's right on the edge of that line. Steward's inquiry, just back a hair, please, Thumble. Perfect.
Very well. Okay.
They're in staging. It's all up to you, Bread. Start them off.
Aye, Captain. Let's go.
And they're off, and Thumble made the break. He's gone for the stairs. Oh, and the lift has disappeared.
Oh no!
Right, I just got stuck.
And they're fit lads. They're already well ahead of me. Oh, run out of puff. I might need to stop off at deck 4 for a smoke. Where am I? I'm lost as well. My own carrier.
We have Thumble up here first, and Point was a close second. Okay, and our competitors are now racing to configure their aircraft and weighing up whether they need to take a lot of ordnance or need to launch faster.
We've got Thumble's already made a launch.
You can see here the yellow launch icon for the aircraft is telling us that although launch has been requested, it isn't ready yet. It's probably still loading ordnance. And another launch queued up.
Now the big question, Bread, is do both these seals have virus spots on them?
Who would ever do that? I don't know.
I don't know.
Who would forget that?
No, it's entertaining. Oh no, I might change my strategy.
That might be fun. Add a bit more pressure, perhaps.
So there's pickups for both seals. Thumble's seal is more towards his target island, whereas Point has sent his seal in the opposite direction. So possibly Thumble's trying to grab an extra few meters of advantage there. So what do we see coming up the lift? I see a petrel coming up. It is loaded with autocannons, 2 autocannons, and a gimbal turret.
So we have 1 petrol airborne already.
And that's Thumble's.
So we see a good choice of armaments here. We've got the front-mounted gimbal cannon and the twin autocannons under the wings of the petrol. That should be more than enough ammunition to clear this island.
And second petrol is away. And we've got rocket pods, laser missiles. No autocannons, interestingly.
This will be an interesting one to watch.
So our roving eye in the sky, Kazakh, is covering Elwood, which is the target island for Thumble. Can you see anything from where you are, Kazakh?
Not a lot of activity up here yet. We're waiting for our first competitor to arrive.
And we've got a pickup now from Point. And looks like there's a second aircraft on its way for Point as well.
So Thumble is already 5 kilometres from the carrier.
And Point is also sending a Razorbill. Now, not many people know this, but a Razorbill is faster than a petrel. So maybe that's a tactic.
Yeah, it's certainly, in terms of getting things off the deck, loading everything on a petrol is a good move to get started quickly. But if you want to sort of split the difference, it's possible to catch up if you're launching second by putting less stuff on and putting different loadouts on the second aircraft. But this is a one shield, so it shouldn't need too much in the way of spotting. We're seeing first shots out from Thumble. And we have first blood Thumble.
Lots of ground fires targeting Thumble. His seal is swinging wildly underneath his petrol.
Point's coming up on about 3 kilometres from Verne. He might be able to make use of those laser missiles or rockets from further away. We shall see.
I'm looking at the island of Burn. It looks pretty foggy out there, and even though it's a flat island, it's not straightforward.
There's quite a few trees in the way. Thumble actually barely avoided running into some right there.
Oh, and there I can see Point in the distance.
And Thumble's gimbal gun is happily popping away at some other unit that he isn't even facing.
And it's amazing. I really want to know what they make that cable out of that connects the ground units to the petrols. If they made the whole petrol out of that stuff, they would be invincible. Rockets out. Wow.
Oh, Thumble is trying an aggressive move. He has already dropped his seal while taking fire from multiple ground units from all sides, really. Virus Seal is now moving through the trees nice and slowly, but toward the command center, while Thumble is continuing to strafe using his 20mm cannons. Not many units left.
Point is delivered his seal. And he's done a good job of clearing around the compound. Waiting to see is Point's second aircraft anywhere close. I can't see from the eye in the sky here.
Some fire spots are away. Brad, could you give us an update on how far away the capture, or how far along the capture is?
We're about a quarter of the way through.
Oh, and there's a death there. I'm not sure where that came from. Might have been one of Point's virus spots. So now Point's coming in with his second aircraft.
Foobar.
Oh dear.
Oh no. They go.
That's it. With his virus bots gone, it's all over for Point.
The capture should be at any moment.
There's another explosion near the command centre. Point's laying down a lot of fire. It's not enough. Certainly an impressive fireworks display here down at Bern. Everything's being lit up.
The fireworks is all over here. It's just a matter of waiting for the capture.
And we have it. Hillwood is captured.
And that's a
Yeah.
win.
They got my virus spots in the middle of that.
Okay, competitors. Eyes back in the carrier. And if we could have Thumble, if you go by the medals board for your interview
Roger.
as the winner. Thumble,
Hello.
where are you looking? You're looking over there. Thumble, so a one shield island. Some would say the bread and butter of what you're known for as special ops. How did that capture go for you?
Went all right. I was worried I wouldn't be able to get in for all of the trees, so yeah, I'm glad I put my drop point slightly further away from the compound. So yeah, I had to drop it in, keep the petrol close enough to distract the incoming fire from what I hadn't mopped up, drive the seal in, drop the bots, and hopefully not have my bot shot out from under me whilst I cleared up.
Yeah, it's always good to hide your bots. That's absolutely true. So what loadout did you take? It looked like you just took 2 autocannons with you.
2 autocannons
And a gimbal gun.
and a gimbal gun, although the gimbal gun I don't really find it much use. But
So you weren't tempted to go for more autocannons just in case you ran out of ammo?
I can't remember the last time I ran out of ammo on a one shielder. So two is easily enough.
Some prior knowledge there going into that one. Were your virus bots in any danger at any time, or were you happy launching them early?
I was reasonably confident if I kept the petrol overhead that anything far enough away would concentrate on the petrol rather than shooting at me. And of course the seal, against 15mm guns, it takes quite a lot of shots to kill the seal, so I'd know if anything was shooting at the seal before I dropped the bots.
Understood. Well, fantastic win, Thumble. We'll have to go back on the action replays and work out how long that took, because the time also counts for the global leader ladder on captures. But fantastic capture, a great win there, Thumble.
Thank you very much.
And Point, we have you for your interview.
All right.
Point, sir. Right, commiserations, Point there.
Yeah.
I saw some brave tactics going on. Could you tell us what your game plan was?
So, the usual strategy for myself is a raisable of 20mm cannon, so a gun bill. In this, I thought that wouldn't be quick enough, so I went to try for an experimental strategy of taking rocket pods over chain guns and taking a couple laser missiles on the petrol, thinking that I should be able to... The rocket pods is an awful lot of damage going down range pretty quickly, and I should be able to keep the defenses distracted long enough, so whilst the virus bots are capturing, I can use the rocket pods. I didn't win the Le Mans race, and my petrol got off second, so to make up time, I decided, while I had a bit of downtime, I was going to throw the petrol into the command center to start the capture straight away, and have a second follow-up raisable with rockets do what the petrol couldn't. This was so I could avoid waiting for the virus bots to travel through the forest around the island.
Okay. Yeah, it looked pretty spectacular from the camera in the air. So where do you think it all started to go wrong for you?
The moment I started hearing that Thumble was already getting his capture underway, I panicked and rushed forward with my plan, which meant that my razor bill wasn't quite ready to support in time by the time it arrived. And since I didn't know if the Thumble's island capture was how it was going, I decided to deploy my virus bots well before my Razor could get on station, and by the time the Razor got on station, the enemy had killed off the virus bots, so there wasn't much chance of me winning at that point.
It was a bit of a shock because you're known in Carrier Command 2 as the quickest draw, the fastest out of the gate. So surprising to get beaten on a game of speed. Commiserations point, but well played, and thanks to both of you for joining this game. Excellent match there between Thumble and Point, and thanks very much to Kazakh and Breadroll for the supporting commentary, and tune in next time for the next island capture competition.
No one is telling you what to do. Game rules apply, so technically you were told what to do, but it's more guidelines than actual rules. Join now on the Grim Reaper's Discord channel.